It's totally insane to think about, but Bethesda is now fully owned by Microsoft. Yes, that's correct. Everything from Fallouts to Elder Scrolls to random stuff like Doom, these are now technically Xbox games. But let's talk about that. What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here, and just minutes ago, they've decided to just, drop this little, Xbox has been achieved. And this big statement. This is over here on the xboxnews.com, and I want to actually check this out because I find it fascinating. Honestly, I'm very, very intrigued by this because this has got to be one of the biggest acquisitions ever. Now, it took a while to actually finish this off because legally, there's a little bit of a gray area. There's a thing called anti-monopoly laws. If your business becomes too big or too powerful that nobody can compete with it, they try and smash it into tinier pieces. That's why there's like different cell phone companies. Well, even though they paid the $7.5 billion to get this, it took a while for them to actually complete it. Basically, the credit card was pending. But let's take a look at this. I'm still actually completely blown away by the fact that this is real, but let's actually read it, because the biggest question that pretty much everybody has is, are games going to be exclusive to the Xbox Series X and PC? Is it just meaning that games won't be coming to PlayStation 5? Well, spoiler alert, I already read the statement twice to try and absorb it. It seems like things will still be coming to PS5, at least for a bit. But let's go through this. Welcoming the talented teams and beloved game franchises of Bethesda to Xbox. Critically acclaimed creators of Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored, Quake, Starfield, and more join the Xbox team. Today is a special day as we welcome some of the most accomplished studios in the games industry to Xbox. We're thrilled to announce that Microsoft has entered an agreement to acquire ZeniMax. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm really glad they do this specifically. This outlines just how massive of a deal this is. Okay, so occasionally companies will come in and buy game studios. They'll say, hey, that's cool, you guys are making Rocket League. Ow! And they just go ahead and eat them real quick. This is bigger than that. Bethesda is an incredibly talented group of 2,300 people worldwide who make up the accomplished creative studios in our industry across Bethesda, Bethesda Game Studios, id Software, which previously mentioned is the Doom people, ZeniMax Online Studios, which are the people that do the MMORPG aspect stuff, Arkane, MachineGames, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse. These teams are responsible for franchises like Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored, Prey, Quake, and Starfield. Whoa, this is nuts. The fact that this got approved, I mean, this has got to be the biggest gaming deal of all time. Like, the fact that Microsoft has enough billions of dollars that they can just scoop this up. Now let's actually dig a little bit deeper here, because I am fascinated by more of the exclusive stuff, more about the idea of the grander implications of what this is going to be. Now, there's a lot of fluff in this. There's a lot of, oh my god, we're so happy about id Tech, and oh my god, innovative games on PC. Okay, yeah, so they're always going to do that. This is, half of this is a press release. Part of this is them patting themselves on the back for getting the government to actually give this the green light. But let's scroll down here a bit, because here is where I think they're kind of outlining the future of exclusivity. Just as we took the first bold steps to bring the Elder Scrolls franchise to the original Xbox, Bethesda were early adopters to XCOM's Game Pass. They were early adopters to Xbox Game Pass. Can you tell I haven't had my Red Bull yet? Bringing their games to new audiences across devices has been actively investing in new gaming technology like cloud streaming of games. We will be adding Bethesda iconic games to Xbox Game Pass for console and PC. Basically, this is their stuff saying, all right, we already own these games legally, we don't have to pay a licensing fee, everything, day and date, is now going to exist on Games Pass. That's fantastic. Honestly, I've had Games Pass forever. I'm going to keep having Games Pass. I think Games Pass is a great freaking deal. One of the things that's got us most excited is seeing the roadmap with Bethesda's future games, some announced, many unannounced, to Xbox consoles and PC, including Starfield, and highly anticipated new space epic in development at Bethesda Game Studios. Now, I feel like this is a hint. The some announced, some unannounced, I have a feeling that this is them starting to tip their hand. They're starting to basically say, hey, here's how things are going to work going forward. If you've seen any of the leaks about Starfield, it seems like the game is about 95% complete. It seems like it is very, very deep in development. Now let's just assume that it's probably a typical game. It's being currently developed probably cross-platform, right? I mean, if they're making a game right now, they're probably trying to throw it onto PC, PlayStation, and of course the Xbox. But what about the new games? The things that have not started development at all? I'm starting to think that this seems to be a pretty big indication to me that the plan going forward is very likely going to be games that are beginning development right now, that are still in the pre-alpha phases. Those are probably going to be Xbox exclusive. So we're talking things like Fallout 5, Elder Scrolls 6. These things are probably going to end up being Xbox and PC exclusive much further down the road. Now I want to go back to the article here for just one more second before I start to try and just reinforce the idea that Xbox games probably won't be cross-platform in the next 2 or 3 years. I do think that we're going to see a hard stop, but here's why I think that. All of our work and the foundation of our relationship with you starts with a commitment to deliver a breadth of amazing games to discover and play on Xbox. Over the last few weeks, we've been excited to share more details on important elements of a plan we've been building for years. A plan that is the fulfillment of a promise to you, to the Xbox player, to deliver the most prominent, immersive, and compatible next-gen gaming experiences and the freedom to play blockbuster games with your friends. Now, here's my thoughts on that. It seems to be that this is the fact that they paid $7.5 billion to try and scoop this up. If you're dropping that much, that is still an enormous amount of money. Bethesda is a big company. They're going to make them a ton of money in the process. Microsoft is a giant conglomerate. They can certainly afford to spend $7.5 billion. But my thinking is this: in order to get a proper ROI, return in investments, that return on investment is like the huge thing they constantly say in the gaming business. How many dollars can I spend to directly get this many amount of profit? Well, I think that it makes the most sense for these games to be exclusive after a couple years. But I want to say one last caveat. I have a feeling that the age of exclusives is going to get more flexible going forward. I think that more game consoles, more game makers, or people are going to start doing things where maybe things are only exclusive to a particular system's ecosystem for the first 2 or 3 years. Think of something like Horizon Zero Dawn. Obviously was on PC, and that's been a big hit. It was originally on PlayStation for the first couple of years. Days Gone, huge PlayStation 4 game. Now that's coming to PC. What if we start to see that again? What if we start to see Elder Scrolls that starts on PC, starts on the Xbox Series X, and over time, they throw the PlayStation a bone? This, at that point, it would be absolutely free money, and it would boost the console sales. Microsoft has always been in such a unique position in this industry because they're still a predominantly software developer, but not the software we think about. Most of the money that goes to Microsoft is from selling everybody Windows. I mean, Windows is on pretty much every computer in the world, but when they make games, that's when they bring in their huge chunk of game studios. I think that at this point, I'm picturing in my mind somebody that's in a trolley and they're trying to shovel coal into the engine and they're going faster and faster, faster and faster. But we're still in that mode where they're building up speed. We haven't hit that full fever pitch yet, but I could definitely see it coming. This is the time period where Xbox, I'm glad I have my Xbox Series X, but there's not a ton to play on it yet. I can already picture, though, that in a couple years, when this trolley hits full speed, it is going to be absolutely glorious. I guess, though, I'm kind of nervous just to make sure that this is a gamble that pays off. Microsoft is probably way smarter than I am. I'm just some random gamer who loves to play stuff, but how far will this actually go? Are they still going to put stuff onto the Nintendo Switch? Are they going to basically try and just strangle Sony in a way to maximize the profits of everybody except the PlayStation 5? I guess we're going to find out very, very soon, but I guess this next couple of years, it's going to start to be a proper console war. What do you think about this? Do you truly believe that we could see some cross-compatibility in time with games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout 5? Or do you think that these are now going to be console exclusive forever on the Xbox only? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends. If this video somehow gets 10,000 likes, I'll eat an Xbox. Okay, I'm not really going to eat an Xbox, but like the video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like it, share it, subscribe, and, share it somewhere because it helps me out. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. What could I do to be dramatic? Maybe I could just drink. I'll drink some salsa. Yes, I have salsa on my desk because I'm a proper Texan. Why am I doing this? Am I doing this for views? Am I really drinking salsa for views? Yes, I am. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.